everyone. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about tripods. I know some of you have a love-hate relationship with your tripod, and so I wanted to sort of address some of the things that I think are important when using a tripod. I use a tripod quite a bit. I like using it. It just offers a lot of stability if I want to do long exposure, if I'm shooting astrophotography, even when I'm shooting wildlife, uh, ducks in a water area. It's really helpful to have my camera on a tripod as long as I've got some maneuverability with it. So this particular tripod is a Manfrotto, and there are a number of manufacturers and different designs. This one actually has clips to lower and lengthen the legs. And what you want to do, whatever kind of tripod you have, is you always want to extend this first bottom section of the leg. If you're shooting in water, mud, sand, whatever it happens to be, it's much easier just to clean this area rather than have this first joint down in the sand or mud. So if I were to extend my tripod like this, I've got this first joint down in the sand, mud, whatever it happens to be, and it's really hard on the joint on the tripod, so you don't really want to do that. Make sure that you extend that bottom section first. Then, if you want the ease of adjusting your tripod with the upper section, you can do that and save the middle section for later. So for example, you've got it all set up and you want to adjust it a little bit just to get your camera level. It's okay to go ahead and use that top section. But always release this bottom section first. Now there are tripods that have clips like this, and there are tripods that have twists. So you twist to tighten or loosen the joint of the tripod. I prefer clips because my hands aren't that big and I have trouble with those twists. I just, it's not as convenient for me as the clips are. So that's why I have a clip. Choose what's best for you. If you like the twists, that's great. If that works for you. Find what works for you and practice with it a little bit, like if you're in the store and you've got options to look at different kinds of ways to extend the legs. Try them all out and find the one that works best for you. So the other thing about a tripod is that they all have a front leg, and it's usually got a decal of some sort on it. And that front leg will actually angle toward your subject, angle ahead. This is because you really don't want your tripod or your camera tipping forward. If you have your tripod set up like this and you've got a long lens on the front, the weight is toward the front. If something happens, if you bump it or whatever, you can very easily knock it forward, tip it forward. Don't want to do that. So make sure you've got the front leg toward the front and the other supporting legs in the back. The other reason you want to do that is that now I can stand really close to my tripod if I need to. If I had it like this, then I've got this leg that I've got to deal with. If I want to get close to my camera here, I've got to either stand to the side of the leg or straddle it. It's in my way. So that's why, or another reason why, you want to keep that front leg to the front. This particular tripod has grips on these back legs, which I I like, because then I can kind of lean in and not bump anything, but I can kind of anchor myself to look through my camera if I need to, or the way I need to. The other thing about tripods is you can get any kind of head on any kind of legs that you want for the most part. This particular head is very sturdy. I like it. This whole setup is quite heavy, so I don't want to hike too far with it, but it's sturdy. So if I'm shooting in wind or a stormy day, I know I've got some pretty good stability with this tripod. I can adjust it so that I can move this this foot around however I need to, the shoe holder. I can turn it sideways and tip it over like this if I need to, and I'll show you that with the camera on it. You can also, let's see, where's the knob? If it has a center post, you can raise it up even farther if you want to. I don't usually need to do that because I'm not that tall. So there are some tripods that would have like another section here and be much taller. I'm not that tall, so I don't need it, but if you're a tall person, you're going to want a tripod that will extend far enough so that you can easily look eye level through your camera. So on my camera, I have an L bracket, and an L bracket is simply something that attaches to the camera. It's got, it's in the shape of an L, so it's got a metal siding and bottom. So when I put my camera on the tripod, I can just put it like this, and then I'm good to go. Now this particular head, it's pretty easy to maneuver around, and if I need to get a vertical shot, it's pretty easy to do. It's got a notch there so I can change it pretty easily. But if I don't want to have to fuss around with that and re-level everything, with an L bracket I can simply turn my camera and reattach it to the tripod head, and then I've got my vertical shot. So there are some advantages to having the L bracket. It's not necessary depending on the kind of tripod head that you use and tripod head that you have, but that's an option for sure. Now some people like to use a gimbal when they're shooting wildlife because a gimbal will attach to your tripod legs, and then it's very maneuverable. I don't use a gimbal because this particular head is very maneuverable. I can move the tripod head station just about however I want. So I don't usually use a gimbal head, but it would attach to the tripod, and that's another way to customize your shooting. If you are out shooting waterfowl or birds of any kind, wildlife of any kind, gimbal will give you that maneuverability so that you can really track the animal. So I hope I've answered a few questions about tripod use and features. If you have any questions, please ask. I'm happy to answer them. And don't be afraid to use your tripod. Get it out, practice with it a little bit, and get to know it. I find that people tend not to use equipment that they're not really that familiar with. And it takes practice like anything else, just like learning your camera. You had to use your camera to learn how to use it. So same is true with the tripod. So get it out, use it, and see if you can make some friends with your tripod. I thought I would show you my Peak Design tripod as well. It's very lightweight, and this is the one that I will take if I'm hiking a ways and I don't want to carry a lot of extra weight. It also has a center post. It's got the clips. It has 4 sections on the legs, but again, I'm always going to extend that bottom part first. I can use an L bracket with it if I want to. It attaches just a little bit differently on this particular tripod, but it still works. And as you can see, it has the decal on the front so that I can stand between the back legs. Now, another feature that tripods have is the ability to increase the angle of the legs. So when I pull the legs out and get ready to set up, normally the leg pulls out about this much, but there's clips at the top of the leg. So when I engage that clip, I can extend the leg even farther. So extend it like that or more. All of the legs have that feature, and I find it really helpful when I'm trying to photograph like in a rocky creek bed or somewhere like that. I can extend the leg out farther than typically. I can get really low with it. I can you know, extend it out really far, or then I've got these other two legs that may or may not need to be extended. Just depends on the environment. I hope you found these tips helpful, and I think the most important thing to remember is to keep your camera and lens balanced on your tripod. Keep that center of gravity in mind when you're setting things up, and adjust the legs of your tripod accordingly. And of course, if you are using a long lens, make sure to take advantage of that foot that's on that lens. That'll help you find that center of gravity. So get out there and practice with your tripod. Good luck, and if you have any questions, please ask in the comments below.